Was Rasheem Carter lynched? What?
Anybody that know him gonna tell you all he did was smoke.
I never tasted moose either.
He was a happy person. He loved helping the elderly, loved feeding people, taking care of other people's children if he could, you know. And a father of a 7-year-old daughter. So he was well loved.
Here we go.
Let's fix our step.
Let's fix our step.
Here we go.
A group of people have come here to Taylorsville to demand answers for what's happened to Rasheem Carter. He went missing over 6 months ago, and it was a month later that parts of his body were found in a field nearby to here. Now, the family and a lot of black people here in the community think that this was a murder, and that murder was racially motivated. There's also a lot of suspicion about the role of law enforcement here. So people are here to demand an outside investigation of this case and to demand answers for what happened to Rasheem Carter.
I want to thank everybody here today for standing with us.
I ain't gonna lie, don't live anywhere in the South. I don't care, bro. They still be doing shit in the South. Like, you just don't hear about it. They be doing shit. I be like, hell no.
And unity and
Stay my ass in California.
solidarity. This have really been a struggle for our family, but we're gonna do the best we can to
Where is
fight
this at?
to get the justice that we deserve to have.
That's right.
Rasheem Carter's case is complicated, and there's a lot we don't know. What we do know is that last September, Carter traveled to Taylorsville for a short-term contract job at a chemical plant. He was staying at a hotel about 30 minutes outside of town. On October 1st,
It's a red flag already. It's Georgia. This is the state that got caught illegally smuggling Mexicans and then underpaying Mexicans. Like, there was a company that literally smuggled so much, like they literally smuggled so much Mexicans, like kidnapped them and forced them to work, like if they were slavery. I'm not even lying. You could look this shit up. It's just true. Something like that. It was something like that. Don't quote me on it. But it's just fucked up.
Carter texted his mother, saying there was a truck full of white men following him and shouting racial slurs, and that he was scared. His mother told him to make an official report with the police department, which he did. He also asked the police for a ride back to his hotel because he felt unsafe. But the police refused, saying that it was outside of the jurisdiction. This is where the timeline gets fuzzy. It's unclear where Carter spent the night, but early the next morning, he returned to the police again to ask to borrow a phone charger. Police said they didn't have a charger that would work with his phone, but suggested he buy one at the Family Dollar. With his phone battery at 1%, he texted his mother his location, and she sent a friend to pick him up. But by the time they arrived, Carter was gone. The next day, October 2nd, the family went to Taylorsville PD and filed a missing persons report. Days went by without news, so they called the Sheriff's Department of Smith County, of which Taylorsville is a part, and asked if they had seen Rasheem Carter. The Sheriff's Department said no one had told them he was missing, and that this was the first they'd heard of it, 3 days after the initial report, and it seemed no one was looking for him. Another 3 days went by.
But how are you gonna get mad if like anyone like it's not even about color at that point. It's just about like this is about the color, but you know what I mean? It's like bro they just want to know like why the fuck hasn't the police investigated this? Like, bro, come on. And this boy's getting mad like he's literally a fucking racist.
Posted a picture on Facebook of an officer
Like, motherfucker, god, that's why I'm telling you, bro. Don't go south.
power washing the message off the pavement.
That's why
with the caption,
I'll never go
"Just a
south.
little
I ain't gonna
cleanup,"
lie. Fuck that.
and a hand waving emoji. All of this
Never.
has added to community suspicions that officials don't actually care about Rasheem Carter. And this suspicion has spread. On May 11th, Benjamin Crump gave a press conference and used the word that was on everyone's minds.
That this was not of natural causes. This was a Mississippi lynching in 2022 of a young black man.
Which brings us up to today. 6 months later, a community on edge and no answers as to what really happened to Rasheem Carter. But Carter's case isn't the first time the topic of modern lynchings has come up.
I'm telling you, bruh. Like Georgia, Mrs. Like, bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Is Georgia? Wait. Is Mississippi state? Isn't Mississippi a separate state? Oh yeah. Wait, where's Mississippi at? Right here. Let's see, Georgia. Oh, I forgot Atlanta's in Georgia.
Jill
No.
Colleen Jefferson is a civil rights attorney who does pro bono investigations into suspected lynchings.
What kind of town is this here?
This is old school Mississippi right here. I grew up in Taylorsville. That has a deep history. It's a place where people are incredibly friendly, but also a place where, like in a lot of places in Mississippi, there is still deep-seated racism.
Tell me about the first case you really started working on.
The Willie Andrew Jones Jr. case, we solved this case. Willie, a 21-year-old black man, he was found hanging from a tree in his white girlfriend's front yard. The cops got there, and within 40 minutes of their being on the scene, they had told Willie's mother that it was suicide, that it was nothing else. They hadn't even
Jesus.
talked to witnesses. They hadn't done any type of investigation. I started running our own investigation, going over phone records, getting surveillance footage, going to the crime scene, and there was just so many things that they missed.
Where is Willie Jones Jr.'s case now?
We won a civil case in 2021 and we won $11 million. Right now, the district attorney refuses to prosecute for murder. Part of the truth that people need to realize is that in so many of these tiny places in Mississippi, Jim Crow is actually still alive. The environment.
Bro, Jim Crow is alive, bro. Like that shit crazy. Like when they be doing the map, like was gerrymandering? That shit is a thing. That shit's still a thing. I live in Fresno, California. That shit is a thing. That shit is a thing, bro. Biggest gerrymandering ever, bro. Like there was a high school out here. This Bullard High School. Literally, bro. I am not playing. They try to go out of the jurisdiction of Fresno County because they wanted to. I don't know why, but it was something to do with like they didn't want the students. They didn't want like one of the reasons was that they didn't want the students from Fresno because usually it's they're more ghetto. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna count. I'm from Fresno. I ain't gonna count. And then Clovis, there's more you know what I'm saying, more wealthy people, more like white people and shit like that. And so they don't like. That's why they wanted to get out of that jurisdiction or whatever. That's crazy to me. I don't get it, bro. I think black people are queens, kings, bro. Like I don't really get it, bro. Like that shit crazy to me. Like bro, like I ain't gonna lie.
It's still very much the same. That if you're black and you're there, that you're likely unsafe.
Like, bro, like, look at this girl, bro. Shit, like, fuck.
People
like,
think
damn.
we're further along than we actually are. The thing is, lynchings never stopped. Because they're not in the mainstream anymore, people assume that they're not happening, but they've never, ever, ever stopped.
It's happening, bro. It's happening. Literally, bro, what's that Georgia, Mexico shit? Georgia, Mexico. Georgia, smuggle, Mexican. Smuggling illegal in Georgia, look, smuggling illegal marriage through the Canadian border. Dakota. Labor trafficking, right here. Couple charged with labor trafficking, forced labor, and alien smuggling. A 16-count indictment was unsealed today, charging a George husband and wife conspiracy, labor trafficking, forced labor, and smuggling in connection to the open operation of two Mexican rents Sabor. According to the indictment, between March 22, Alfred and Gonzalez, both of the Peachtree cities commit labor trafficking. The indictment alleges the couple used force, threats to force. Like some shit. It's some shit like that. I don't know what website that is, but it's like some shit like that. That shit crazy to me, bro. That shit's like dead ass crazy, bro. Let me see if we can find an man. Oh wait, this is the government. This is the government website right here. This is a government website, so this is legit right here. Could you have like? Is there a way where they could faulty that? I don't know. I don't know if that's the thing, but human smuggling right here. I don't think this is the same thing though. That's human smuggling. Like he's just bringing people in to the United States from Canada, I guess. But like he's not like forcing people to work labor though. That's
Jones
different.
Jr.
It's a little
case,
different.
authorities continue to maintain that the evidence points to a suicide and not a lynching.
I think I don't know.
Mississippi has more lynchings historically than any other state in the U.S.
Jeez.
Marion Allen is a historian who's been watching Rasheem Carter's case.
Is it here?
She works to establish memorials around Mississippi to commemorate different lynchings that have
Man, this shit just needs to stop, bro. Like honestly, bro, I'm not trying to pause a lot, but this shit just needs to stop, man. Just stop it. Like, bro, like the government just needs to put their foot down and be like, hey, bro, quit this shit, bro. Like, quit this shit. Like, done. This ain't the 1800s, buddy. This is the 2023. You like stop that shit, brother. There should be repercussions off of this. This is like crazy.
happened in the state.
I mean, not too far away from here is where Rasheem Carter went missing.
Yes, yes. This is an actual site that we know where people were hung. And this is known as the notorious hanging bridge of Shabuta, Mississippi.
How many people were hung from here?
First, it was 2 teenage boys who were hung for allegedly raping a young white girl, 2 million and 2 females who were also hung. The 2 ladies that were killed, they were pregnant.
Do you think lynchings are still
It's
happening today?
animals, bro.
The lynchings of today are more high class. We use bullets and guns. So I can't hang you from a tree. Sometimes people are lynched. People with mysterious death that they just end up on the bank of a river. No one knows how did he or she get there. How did it happen? See, people don't like to talk about racists. We talk about race, but we don't talk about a person being a racist. Because that's like an ugly word. Oh, I'm not a racist. I have black friends. You know.
Racism exists, but there's no racists.
That's right. There's no racists. That's right. When people show you who they are, as Maya Angelou say, believe them. They showed you who they are in that time.
I am not kidding, bro. When one of the reasons why I had met someone right online, right, and I met them for 8 years, right, throughout my childhood. We met through the online, through the games. I mean, at this point, this man knows me very well. At this point, you know, I consider him like a best friend. And then I met him one time in Wisconsin, right? And then at that time I was roommating with him. And then I knew a few of his friends from online as well. And you know, we're all chilling, we're all vibing, right? So short story, like I think like I was living there in a couple months, you know, first couple months were fine. But then after the middle, once I especially went into his hometown, I didn't realize what I was really messing with, bro. Like I like went to a party, nothing but hard R's. I'm not even lying. Like this dude had a shotgun, literally right next to him, and he was like, "I fucking hate these N-word, bro." And I was like, "Whoa." And I questioned the person I was like I considered a best friend because we had a great relationship. I questioned them. And why the fuck would he even hang out with these people, even though they're their childhood friend? But at this point, you know, you got yourself out of this place. At this point, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to hang out with them, bro. Like, even though bro, I don't give a fuck if you're my childhood friend, bro. If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. And then I ain't gonna lie, I was like, what the fuck? But then I was just like, you know what? You know, as long as he doesn't do that shit around me, fuck, I don't give a fuck. But it just kept on coming, bro. It just kept on coming, bro. People don't change. People who they hang around with, who surround themselves with, bro. These motherfuckers are racist. They're racist, bro. And that's the weirdest thing about me, though, is because I was Mexican. I just look white. So I was like, I felt like I was just like more accepted than the casual because I was white. You know what I'm saying? Someone literally approached me. They were like, why you got black people here? I was like, damn. He was like, "Are you an N-word? Why you got black people?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And I never told that story. I never really told that story because I'm just like, "What the fuck?" Okay. But I never really told that story because I felt very embarrassed. I was there for a couple months. I was there for 4 or 5 months. You know what the fuck was crazy? Is that I went to a BLM protest, right? The dude that I was supposedly best friends with, right? Motherfucker's friend, right? That he wasn't even supposed to roommate with us. He just came in the plan. I said, "Fuck it, I'll roommate with him. You know, cheaper for us. Fuck it, fuck it." You know what I'm saying? We have a good apartment. It's nice, right? Whatever. But like the fact is, I went to a BLM process. He knew I was gonna go wild, bro. Like take the keys from like the other person, right? And what's so crazy is that he eventually called me. He's like, "Hey, bro, where you at?" I'm like, "I'm still at the BLM process, bro. What you mean?" He's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I'm like locked out. He was like so pissed off for no reason, right? I mean, bro, you're locked out. I'm like, all right, but I can't make it right now. I'm at the BLM process. He's like, "Fuck the BLM process." What? I was like, "You just angry, bro. Just wait there and everything." He's like, "Well, what the fuck, this and that." And I'm like, all right, bet. I was like, "Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Hang up." Boom. Like, I don't know if I said fuck you, but I was like, all right, whatever. Hanged up. Came to that same apartment, bro, and guess what? The motherfucker couldn't even look me into the eye, bro. He couldn't even talk to me, bro. He's like, whatever. I was like, all right, I'm just going my room. I don't give a fuck. And then eventually he's like, "Hey, could we talk?" Like my supposedly best friend at this point is like, "Hey, could we talk?" I go in there, right? I'm like, all right, bet. Go in there, and he's like, he doesn't even look me into my eye, fucking pussy, bro. This guy was so delusional too, bro, because he was like thinking like gym should be open during COVID. Idiot, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it was an idiot time. Like this, I mean, this is when COVID was bad, bad, bad. It wasn't like during the point where it was kind of getting lower at that point, and people were considering it. Now it was bad. And he was like, "Oh, mad because you're gonna hit the gym." I'm like, "What the fuck? Just hit the gym at home." I think he was bothered because I retweeted a Summit tweet. Summit was saying that motherfucker, just build a gym at your house or do something. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, when I walked into the living room, he's like, "Hey, bro, we decided I'm a roommate with my I know him for my entire life. I'm a roommate with my best friend, even though I'm his best friend as well, I guess." And he's like, "You could go back to Cali, right?" And I'm like, "Bro." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I moved out here, moved my stuff, and now you're asking me to move out? Like, what?" I'm not even tripping because at this point, my mind says like, if you don't want me there, you don't want me there. You know what? I'm not even tripping. I'm like, all right, bet. At the end of the day, I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck you. But I was just like, right, bet. I didn't have that in my mind because I'm a mature person. I was like, all right, bet. And at the end of the day, I remember his mom messaged me because she knew it was bad blood and shit like that, but like not too bad, but because it wasn't like anything like, you know what I'm saying, like bad. It was just like we weren't talking. And then I was just like, "Look, what your son did was wrong. Like, bro, I didn't do anything wrong. Dude was locked out for fucking 5 minutes. He couldn't wait. 10, 20. He couldn't wait. Like, bro, what? Like, bro, he couldn't wait. I've been locked out a lot of times during my lifetime, bro. He couldn't wait. Like, what?" And then at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you got all these racist ass motherfuckers around, dude, and like this dude even was doing cocaine, bro. Like that's the craziest part, bro. He was doing cocaine inside the apartment, and that shit was crazy. I was like, bro, you can't be doing that shit in the fucking house, bro. Like, what are you doing in an apartment? You can't be doing that shit. Like, I don't fuck with that. And like, I'm like, bro. And then this dude is an engineer and went to college for engineering. And one miss, like one caught, they won't hire you again as an engineer, bro. And then, I don't know. The whole situation was fucking terrible, bro. But it just showed me. It just gave me I took that as a lesson to learn. Like, bro. Some people, they don't change, bro. They don't want to change, bro. Like people would say, "Oh, I got black friends. I'm not racist." I talk to black people. I'm not racist, bro. Yes, you are, bro. Yes, you are, motherfucker. You're racist as hell. You fucking racist bitch.
Down. We're standing here. We're talking about not
Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, bro, this shit crazy.
leave them.
It's just so crazy. And I went over there just because I knew I had something. I knew I wanted to get started on something, and I knew that like I went over there just because I wanted because where I lived, I didn't have my space. I didn't have anything. Like I wanted somewhere where I could kind of like grind grind YouTube, grind social media, or do whatever I could, you know. So I seen that as an opportunity to travel. I said, fuck it. And I enjoyed myself. You know, his family's great. Because his family wasn't real, you know. I don't know what his family is behind my back, because people say stuff behind, you know, closed doors. But I don't know. His family was at least cool with me, some shit like that. But like, hey, bro, if you're ever watching my videos, stop watching my videos, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Stop watching my videos. The person I'm talking about, if you know, you know. Stop watching my videos, bro. Like, that's it. You ain't never gonna be my friend. You ain't never gonna be my best friend. You ain't never gonna be family, bro. Like, you're just a racist ass whore.
You know,
Racism exists, but there's
Not
no
even a whore. You're a fucking manslaughter.
racists.
that's right. There's no racists. That's right. When people
Shit. And I ain't going
show
Wisconsin
you
because
who
the
they
next
are,
time I go, they're probably gonna fucking kill me. I ain't
as
gonna
Maya
lie.
Angelou say,
Cause I remember I ate all their shit too, bro. I was like, fuck you, bro. And like, I remember, bro, the craziest part, bro. Okay, I'm ranting, but the craziest part, the day I needed to go home, I didn't have a car over there because I just moved out there. I had a moped, but I sold it to him, right? So he paid off the moped, which, hey, bro, thank you. But, motherfucker, fuck you. But, hold on, pause. But, he, like, the last day, he knows this day is coming. He knows I need to move. I don't have a ride there. Plane tickets are expensive. He didn't want to take me. Why? Because he wants to go to a party at his hometown. Like, bro, you know I need a ride there. So I had to ask favors. And luckily someone ended up helping me with that. And thank you to that guy. For shit, I wish I still had his contact. Unfortunately, I don't. But not the point. The point is, I said, after he did that shit, I ate all his shit. I said, fuck you. I'm eating your food, bitch. I didn't eat all that shit. I would say I just ate like the rice and shit. But I ate some shit. And I said, fuck you. You deserve it. Fuck you, douchebag. And I remember I took a picture of the key. I sent it to him. I threw that shit in the trash. I think I sent it to him. And I don't know if I did or not. And I was like, here it is. Here's your key, bro. It's in Arizona or some shit. Oh, it was actually in Utah. So I pick up your fucking key, bitch. And then I just never talked to him again. They try to say because you know they knew I streamed and everything, because that was the reason why I went to stream and shit. And they try to say that I stole money from him, which is a complete lie. Never stole money from you, bro. Never stole money from you, bro.
I lost money going there.
You know, just them lying about shit like that. I'm just like, bro. Now I know who you really are, bro. Now I know who you really are. Bro. Like, come on, let's keep it a buck. Now I know you. If you're a bitch, like if you're a female, you probably would have tried to take a dude to court, take all his money, and then leave. That's the person you are, bro. I'm just saying. Anyways.
believe them. They showed you who they are in that town. We're standing here. We're talking about 1900s. We're in 2023. Things are still happening. When will it all change?
Sad, man.
There's a fear in Taylorsville.
I ain't gonna lie,
Speaking
Mississippi is beautiful. Mississippi, Georgia, beautiful states. Very beautiful. I would never live there.
Loudly about these things could get you targeted, especially after the first protest, when the Carter family's march set off white people yelling racial slurs at them, and
Look at
angry
that, bro.
posts online threatening to kill.
It is sad to say when Black Lives Matter come protest with ARs in the hometown you have grown up in and threat to fill you full of 223 holes. Who did that, brother? Are you thinking about this, or who? And the law enforcement tells a man is trying to stand up for you that they are gonna take him to jail instead of taking oh shit. Oh god. Glad I didn't say that. Instead of taking the N-word with a gun. Doing the threatening to jail. It is sad that it has come to these times, but if they can't come back and threaten me again, since I witnessed what I did today, I will be healed and I will send the next black sons of bitch or bitches to see their hog ape brother in hell. I do promise everyone in this godforsaken land which I live, truth talk, white power. First off, buddy, God ain't with you, bro. You're going to hell. Second off, suck a dick.
Black people.
James Ainsworth.
But since then, the family's gotten more support, especially from people outside the area. The most recent protest was dominated by a controversial religious group that isn't even from Taylorsville. Almost all of these men are from out of town, some as far as New York or further. Just like the first protest, there were some white residents who seemed angry about the march and weren't shy about making that known.
There's a crackhead come down here, and for some reason something happened to him, and hell, nobody.
I ain't gonna lie, he probably did crack in his past life. People would say crackhead. Like, usually people always think, assuming people are crackheads, they do crack themselves. I'm not.
In town even knew who he was, and they want to blame injustice. They don't know what injustice is. They've been crying it for 4 generations. Y'all was working somewhere.
Grown ass man.
But
Grown-ass man.
last time, nobody really messed with the protesters.
Bro has his last days to live. Bro has his last days to live, bro. And he's wasting.
Jefferson says she understands why people in Taylorsville already don't trust the police. And she says the way police initially handled this case has probably felt like a confirmation of their worst fears.
There was a rush to judgment about what happened, that judgment being that nothing. There was a
On
rush
Tuesday, Norris Smith Sheriff, oh, it's just an investigation, right?
to judgment about what happened, that
No reason to believe facts.
judgment being that nothing happened. They're still finding body parts. So obviously this crime scene, it hasn't even been cased properly. On both sides, there have been conclusions that have been made that are not supported yet. We don't yet know if this was a lynching. And that's just the truth. We have all these events that are separate, but nobody's put them together. Nobody's connected the dots. We can call this a really suspicious case that really needs to be looked into more, but there is not enough evidence to call this a lynching.
Beyond all of that, there's the human element of this. It sounds like you understand why people would go to that conclusion.
I completely understand how people came to that conclusion. In Mississippi, there have been at least 8 modern-day lynchings since 2000, and there are probably dozens and dozens more. We just don't know these people's names. It was actually a white reporter who told me that they would just go check in sheriff's departments or police stations and say, hey, what you got today, or what happened? And the cops in this day and time would say, nothing but a nigger killing. And so that tells you how these cases are kind of treated like on a mass.
Too easy to become a cop, I ain't gonna lie. Way too easy, bro. Yeah, especially you got people that are full of pride. They want to be cops, but yet they're racist as hell. They're fucking. They're obviously they don't want. They're not criminals, so they're just like, no, I'm gonna follow the law. I'm gonna help bring justice and this, that, and the third, and then they just get entered into the police force. Now you got a racist ass police force. I ain't gonna lie.
Scale in this state.
You don't even need a degree in some states. I mean, I don't even think. Is there any state that requires a degree? States that require a degree. Okay, let's go Mississippi. 21 years old, be a graduate. Wow, bro, like what the fuck? Like what the fuck is this? Oh my goodness, bro. I'm not even gonna cap, bro. This shit's so embarrassing. Like what? Come on, bro. We got stupid ass people as cops. I ain't gonna lie, bro. 19 years. Oh my god. Damn. 19? 19, bro. 19. That's crazy. What about California? 18. Oh, what the fuck? Be a U.S. citizen. Whoa. I can't even talk. But honestly, it's just like, if I'm being honest, bro, it's too easy to become a cop. It's too easy. Easy, bro. Let's see Colorado. Okay. A little bit more different. But it's too easy to become a cop, bro. We looked at Mississippi. We looked at Alabama. Wait, what about Georgia? Because we're speaking of Georgia right now. Where's Georgia at?
A nigger killing.
Yes. Black lives and white lives are treated differently.
Yo,
in
chat, make
terms
sure you
of
guys click that follow
response
button.
by law enforcement in Mississippi. So I understand the assumptions, for sure.
Vice News has reached out to the Taylorsville Police Department for an interview. They declined. We were able to speak to Smith County Sheriff Joel Houston, who's taken over the case since Carter's remains were found. He says they're doing all they can to find answers for the Carter family.
When you first heard about this case, what was going through your mind? We had a job to do, and that was locate him, you know.
Oh yeah, bro, I could see the racism through his eyes.
So that's what we sought out to do.
He has boy coming out of his mouth.
Clearly, there are people who feel like, hey, this isn't being handled right. Well, it is being handled right. That's part of the world we live in today. What do you mean by that?
What?
It's easy to blame the police.
Do you think that's changed recently?
What?
I think it's changed in the past 6 or 7 years for sure.
Mm-hmm. There's some pretty serious...
Better. Everyone has blamed the police since the 1900s, buddy. It's just that back then they didn't give a fuck.
Accusations. Mm-hmm. Going all the way up to saying, hey, there's some kind of cover-up happening. Do you have any sense of why people would feel that way?
I don't. I really don't.
The sense that I've seen in the community is that people's lives are being disregarded, specifically because they are Black. And that if the victim was white, if the person who was missing was white, it would be different.
Was that a question? Or
statement? Or
I don't care what color the person is. We have a job to do and we're gonna do it. This is not a racist place, a racist county. And
Cap.
White, Black.
Cap. That's the first sign of delusion. First sign of delusion. That's how you know he's fucking lying. Look at his face. His face is going red like a tomato. He's capping, bro. Come on, you're saying Mississippi? You're saying Mississippi? The Ippy? You're saying Mississippi isn't racist, buddy? Like, okay.
Black, pink, or purple.
Bro, it's literally the most lynched state in the fucking America.
We've got a job to do. They're trying to portray that, you know, this is a bad county. This is where hate crimes take place, and that is not the case.
Have you seen the image of the Taylorsville Chief of Police power washing away the writings?
I have.
What did you think of that?
I really don't want to get into all that.
Why is that?
Can you cut the camera for a minute?
I can tell you why I'm asking. I can tell you why I'm asking. The community sees that. Mm-hmm. And that's not you, but it is a man with a badge.
Right. Yeah, that picture, that was not for social media. This started before that picture ever took place.
You're from here, this is your community, this is the community you serve. How does it make you feel when somebody says, this is a lynching, there's a cover-up?
It puts out a false narrative, which brings up a lot of troubled history that's not anywhere accurate to what we're dealing with this case.
Like, it's just like, I don't believe him because first off, when you deny that Mississippi isn't the most, like, one of the most racist, especially in this county, like, if it isn't the, like, racist at all, like, if you deny that there's no racism there, then, bro, come on. Like, come on, brother. Come on, pal. Like, you see where you live at, right?
He buried beside his dad.
Oh, really? You gotta tell me about this goat thing. What's going on here?
The greatest of all time. He was just that.
That's him.
Really?
He was well known here in this community. People loved him. He didn't mind helping the elderly. He didn't mind helping people better themselves.
He told the mayor that he was gonna run against him.
He went to the mayor and said, I'm gonna run against you.
Yeah, he said, and I'm just waiting because I'm gonna run for mayor. I'm gonna be the mayor.
You proud of him?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I can see it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna always love my son, and I'm gonna push his legacy to the day I leave this world. And we're gonna fight for justice too. We gonna fight
We'll get some
until we get some answers.
Mhm.
Whatever it takes, we gonna do what we gotta do until we get the answers we deserve.
Damn, it's a good video. I ain't gonna lie, it's a good video. That's a good video. I don't trust a cop that believes Mississippi is not racist. I don't trust a cop that believes Mississippi is not racist. Bro, it's just like crazy to me, bro. It's just crazy to me, bro. It's a good video, though. It's a good video. Good video that like really informed people on what's happening, and I think that's important. Real shit, real shit. Rest in peace to anyone who's lost their lives to senseless violence like that. It's sad, man.